Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor. It's day 2 of the Johnny trial, and I want to try something interesting. I want you, the viewer, to be a jury member just for a moment. Take everything else out of the head, and let's look at this witness. This witness is Isaac, a friend of Johnny's. I've compiled some of the most important parts that he said, as well as the cross-examination to see how Amber's team handled what he said. And I want to go through it with you, and I want to honestly see how you react. Are you ready? Let's meet Isaac, and he's going to explain here how he met Johnny. He was an artist, and Johnny reached out, loved his art so much, he said, hey, I want to be your patron. I want to help you. I want to buy, not just buy your work, but I want to put on a whole show. He helped put him up. He wanted him to become an artist, and he wanted to ensure that he could invest to help Isaac get there. Listen to this. When Isaac was pressured and wondering, oh crap, I'm supposed to put on this big gallery show of 25 big pieces. I don't know if I'm going to make it. Listen to this story.
At first, when we first powwowed this idea, when, you know, we talked about, all right, what do we do? You know, what's this show going to be? How many paintings is it going to be? And we came up with a number. Okay, so there's going to be a certain body of work. I'm not a known person. I'm just some schnook painter. If I was a famous painter, I could make 5 paintings, and the room will fill up. But so we decided, okay, like 25 pieces of work, large scale, and Johnny says, hey, how long do you think this will take? I said, I've never done it before. I don't know, maybe a few months.
And were you able to complete the paintings in a few months?
No, it took me in order to make 2 large scale paintings. It took me like almost 2 months, and I'm start freaking out, going, I'm only got 2 paintings, and all right, I got to do 25. I said a few months. So I ended up going to Johnny's place and saying, hey, look, dude, this is going to take a lot longer than a few months. I could only make 2 paintings.
And how did Mr. Depp react?
He looks at me and he starts laughing and he says, Ike, don't worry. I do not care. I just want you to paint however long it takes. I want you to paint every day.
During the course of the time that you were living at the Eastern Columbia building, did Mr. Depp ever give you any money?
Yeah.
How much did he give you?
Over a period of 4 years of the patronship, I ballpark calculated probably around 100,000.
Now, we're going to come back to that. Is he paid? They're going to bring that up, but I wanted you to hear that. And I wanted to see how much of a smile Johnny was giving. Johnny's so kind. We have so many examples of this. Yet another example of Johnny going above and beyond to make someone happy.
Bridge, during your time living at the Eastern Columbia building, did you develop a relationship with the defendant in this case, Ms. Heard?
Yeah.
And did you get along with Ms. Heard?
I loved her. I fell in love with her just like Johnny fell in love with her. I fell in love with her. She's totally respectful, gracious to me, that she's got great teeth, that she treated me with complete respect. Anytime I walk into the humor-wise, total locker room humor, demented humor, totally
Demented
laughed
humor.
at, you know, the jokes. Made the jokes.
She can't even
totally
make eye
got
contact.
along with her. Every time I walked into their place, Isaac, you want something to eat? Isaac, you want something to drink? Every time. There's only one time I remember that she didn't offer, because I walked in and she's in the kitchen at the counter and she's doing a beauty facial mask, and so she can't offer me. And I'm going, hey, is that something that can help me? And she looked at me and she goes, no. And that,
Of course she said that.
and I'm laughing, and then she laughed after because she didn't realize she was making a joke.
She didn't realize she was making a joke. She was just being mean, and then realized it was kind of, that was being playful.
So,
Can you describe what you observed about their relationship?
they were always loving with each other. They treated each other like gold, you know, kissing and you know, what can I get you type of thing, you know, being kind with each other. Always loving, always a loving situation.
Now, I wanted to share the opening just so you get a sense of how he treated both. He's kind. He loved Amber. He was nice. He opens up and says, yeah, Johnny's given me a lot. Okay, so now you have that basis. Let's get into the witness testimony because this is where it gets juicy.
And I'm looking, because I had just seen her 2 feet away.
He's talking about the first incident where Amber changed the locks on the apartment, on the house they lived on, where Isaac also lives. Isaac's been there witnessing them for ages, never saw anything go wrong, nothing bad that she alleges. For now, he hears something's wrong. She tells him he's changed the locks, and she says he threw the phone at her. And so he's surprised. What? He did what? What do you mean? Let me see.
And I'm going, where? And she puts her head out. She puts her face out like that for me to look at the right side of her face. And she's got her face out like this, looking, to show me. And I'm looking, and I inspect the face. I'm looking at her forehead. I'm looking at the side of her eye. I'm looking at her cheek. I'm looking at her chin. I'm looking at the other side of the face. I'm looking at the whole thing. And I don't see anything. I don't see anything I don't see a cut, a bruise, swelling, redness. It's just Amber's face that she's going like this and showing me. So I'm not seeing anything. I back up and I'm making a joke. I make a joke going, well, I don't see anything, but maybe all the beauty from one side of your face to the other side of the face is outshining everything, so I can't see anything. And she's laughed and she's, smiled. And I just looked at everybody and said, hey, it sounds nuts. And I gave her a hug and kissed her on that side of the face. And then I left. Said goodbye.
What was her reaction when you kissed her on that side of the face?
Nothing.
Did she flinch?
No.
Did you see Ms. Heard again the next day?
Yeah.
Did you see any marks on Ms. Heard's face at that time?
No, same thing like the day before. There's no redness, there's no swelling, there's no bruises, there's no cuts, there's no nothing. Just Amber, looking like Amber.
He says the lighting was so good you could have done an operation in it on the room in question where he saw her.
Did you notice if she was wearing any makeup at that point?
She didn't look like she was wearing makeup then either. Around probably Monday, either Sunday or Monday, I'm on the internet and I end up seeing a picture of, it was the Friday of that week, the past week, and there's a picture of Amber wearing a black morning dress and
this was what she sent out to the paparazzi. See, everybody, the world.
And that she's been to a divorce. She went to go file for divorce. That's how I found out.
Were you surprised when you saw that?
Surprised is not the word. It's like, what the hell is this? What's going on? After everything that I've just seen all week long.
This is him when she shows up and he talks to her.
Can change. Listen, I'm confused, I'm angry, and I'm frustrated by everything that I've seen. And that I think the best thing is for me and you that we don't talk anymore.
You didn't want anything to do with her.
Did she say anything in response?
Yes, in response to that, she looks at me and she says, I told Johnny I don't want anything. The lawyers are making me do all of this. And that's what she said.
So that was the gist. They also talk about a fake thing that was the surveillance camera, which they talk about in this better in the cross exam. So I just saved it for that. Those are some of the most damning things that sort of come out of it. So here's Elaine on Amber's side. So basically, how are we going to discredit him? Let's see if she sways you guys. You're the jury.
That was somebody else applying makeup to Ms. Heard.
She's asking, do you ever see her put makeup on? He's like, well, yeah, I've seen people put makeup on. She's like, well, that's somebody else.
To have some gala event that she was going to.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever been with Ms. Heard in her bathroom or anything when she's applying her makeup in the morning?
No.
Okay. Are you familiar with Amica cream?
What is it?
Amica?
Amica?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Okay.
What? Amica cream? We'll come back to
Do
that.
you know what type of foundation Ms. Heard uses?
No.
Notice
Do you
Amber's
know
making a
what
note about
type
that
of
Amica cream.
concealer Ms. Heard uses.
It's not Amica. We'll get to that in a second.
No. But for the most, I'll tell you what, over 3.5 years,
So he's trying to set this. She's saying, well, you don't know, sir, makeup, so you can't tell me that she didn't put makeup on after that to cover things up. And it's a lot of back and forth, and he says this.
living around each other, for the most part, she's not a makeup wearing person, completely natural. Her, Rocky, total great complexion, Texas natural girl next door, no makeup wearing, hanging out.
Did Amber ever tell you she was not wearing makeup?
Did she ever tell me?
In any of those three and a
When?
half years that you're saying she wasn't wearing it around the house, did she ever say, I don't have a stitch of makeup on?
As many times as she's told me, I am wearing makeup.
Good answer, which is none. Basically, it came back like, well, no, I don't. It sure as hell looked like she wasn't wearing makeup. So juror, what do you believe? Is this a good excuse? Well, she had makeup on afterwards. That covered it all up, including this apparent miracle Amica cream.
And do you know whether Amber had any Amica cream on that day?
I don't know.
And again, do you know whether she was wearing any Amica cream?
At this point, we all were doing this.
Sir, if you could just answer
I'm
the
sorry.
question.
I'm totally sorry.
Thank you,
Sorry.
sir.
That no.
Now, the jury, I hope will look this up because I think they're allowed to look this up. What is Amica cream? She meant arnica cream. She clearly needs her glasses because she's looking at the RN, like the ARN. If you guys look at it, she's looking at the ARN and reading it as arm. When you look up Amica cream, it's, did you mean arnica cream? So even she doesn't know what she's referring to. What is this miracle cream? Oh yeah, well, you know, that obvious cream that she puts on to cover things up. So what is Amica cream? Okay, well, I tried to figure that out. It's anti-inflammatory. It's known for anti-inflammatory properties. Is it good? What is it used for? It's an injection of antibiotic medicine. It's used to treatment of serious bacterial infections. In fact, I went in and I asked Team Johnny. I got you guys involved. Arnica gel or cream, so to speak, only speeds up healing a possible 4 days as opposed to 7 without any treatment. Needs to be applied in clean wounds. To even apply it with makeup would be counterproductive. It's better possibility that Elaine is smoking Amica cream. Maybe it'll be the new line from L'Oreal. As someone who works within healthcare setting, I will be sure to pass this miracle cream on to the staff who deal with the wounds and bruising. Why have billions of people been struggling to hide scars and bruises for? We don't know. It's miracle cream, guys. But you do know the difference between only wearing makeup versus no makeup on. Thank you. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Yeah, Elaine's glasses are gonna help me. She reads Arnica as Amica. Is Mountain Dew gonna correct? Yeah, look, is there a fridge that she's talking about? The Amica fridge? No one's been able to find it. Then tons and tons of threads. She's gone on and on about this Amica cream, and she doesn't even know what this cream is. Oh, but it could be Amica cream, right? Right?
When you showed it the first time.
Now we're talking about
you
the
went like
kisses.
this, right? And then the next time when you said you did the kisses, you went like this. What's your typical way of kissing women when you greet them or say goodbye?
I'm not understanding any of what you
What is
just
this dance
did.
she was doing?
Okay, so when you, well, I'll just leave it at Amber. When you,
Yeah.
I take it that you would regularly kiss Amber on the cheek when you to say hello and to say
Oh
goodbye?
yeah, it's a regular, you give a peck on the cheek, or like you just touch cheeks.
You touch, you make contact.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's that.
Seems pretty
So
clear.
It's a pretty soft, it's kind of like almost a superficial one, or is it a really hard one on the cheek?
No, it's you kiss someone on the side of the cheek. I don't know, pressure-wise, what kind of torque is there?
I mean, is it just
torque?
one of these little pecks, or is it much harder?
Torque rating
No,
was
it's
it?
regular. You touch, you touch and boom.
He just slapped himself. He's like,
So,
Yeah.
so you think it was pretty hard? You pecked?
I've met a lot of guys like this. Yeah, they get in there. Yay, what's up? Very loving, like mwah, 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 hugs and tight. Yeah, it's not like it's not like he didn't touch her.
on the cheek pretty hard every time?
Objection, Your Honor.
No, I'll sustain it.
She would not let this go.
Okay. You also showed that you did one like this. Did you ever do a two-kiss when you greeted Amber? Two cheeks?
No, I'm not European. I'm from Brooklyn.
No.
You give.
Oh
you
my
know,
God,
European-
Amber, Elaine is just. I mean, Elaine's got to cover your lies. That's what's happening here. Sorry, I'm being biased on my jury duty here.
You know,
All right.
both sides. Sometimes you
Truth
even
always
agree.
wins.
Would you say you're kind of beholden to Mr. Depp?
Now, this is interesting, and glad they went there. So this is a fair question, right? Are you emboldened to Johnny Depp? Listen to this reply.
No, I'm not beholden at all.
He's given you $100,000. He's put you
Over
in
a
that
period
nice.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear the whole question. Can you say it again?
You were rent-free in penthouses for a number of years, and now you've been rent-free ever since in Sweetser?
That's a nice friend.
Yeah, okay. And I think you testified already, you're pretty angry with Ms. Heard, right?
When?
I
Good
wrote
answer.
down that you
Oh,
were-
about the phony pictures
Was-
that were taken and put in tabloids, and about the fake narrative, and about and the way she's trying to got a fraudulent DV claim to extort and blackmail a man. Yeah, that kind of got me
Pretty angry with it.
frustrated, confused, angry, upset. Yes, which is why I said the best thing for us to do is not to talk to each other.
Because again, remember, he saw it firsthand that she didn't have it, and then he saw it in the press, and then she's telling him, "Oh, well, my lawyers are telling me I don't want to do this."
Okay. And,
Yes.
And was it fair to say you're still angry with her?
Oh, you know something? It's 6 years.
But
It's
we just heard you
6
give your
years.
version.
Am I angry anymore? I'm not, what I am is tired, and I want this all to end. Her to go heal, him to go heal. So many people have been affected by this malicious lie that she started and she created, and it's gone out the door and around the world. And so I can't even paint anymore. I've stopped painting for the last who knows how many years, and that's affected by stuff. I'm not angry at anybody. I want the best for her to take her responsibility, heal, and move on. And for Johnny, his family has been completely wrecked by all of this stuff, and it's not fair. It's not right what she did and what happened for so many people to get affected from this. It's insane.
And Mr. Baruch?
That's how this happened.
Oh, that break! I can't believe Elaine let him have that breakdown in front of the jury. That hit me hard. I believe him. Credible, good witness. I'm just floored. Amber's team let him go on like that. And then what does Elaine do? Sorry, I thought I had the clip. Elaine then tries to turn it. Yeah, well, if Johnny's not telling the truth, don't you think all this awful things, he deserve the credit to take accountability? And then at that point, objection, which even the judge was like, yeah, dude, what are you doing? You have to just ask questions. You're not talk about leading a witness. She just walked into the wall. Walked into the wall. And then she's like, finally asked, well, do you think, do you have any proof that he didn't do it? And he's like, all I know is there's no proof of the allegations she said. No, like he answered it so well and honestly of like, sure, no one's in the room. Fine, we get it. But based on what I'm seeing out there, not true. Not true. Because I saw it with my own eyes, the aftermaths, and it didn't happen. His breakdown of everything was just unbelievable. There's also the moment with the they recreate a punch. I see you there. We're going to talk about that live and so much more tonight. You're not going to miss our recap. More is happening. In fact, it's already started, but I want to clip this for you. My God, I'd love your support if you can. Support this channel. Hit that join button. Hit the link down below. Support your creators. There's a tree down there to help support us in any way you can. I am recording and editing all day, and my team is. I want to help them back. We are working overtime on this. In fact, if you didn't already know, we are streaming it now. You can come over to my second channel, Hugging the Cactus, to watch live with us. It's a nice smaller crew. We got time code keeping notes and having fun. Come on over to Hugging the Cactus. Watch with us if you'd like a uncommentary version, clean version to watch with Johnny fans. We'll be over there. And stay tuned for us to be live tonight after the trial, probably around 5:30 p.m. We will see you there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that subscribe up top and click these videos. I'll put the live feed there on the bottom when it's available, or you can just check back around 5 p.m. today. Thanks, everybody. Spread this one out.